Hello fellow Blenderers, this is Peter here with PM Designs. In this video I'm going to show you how you can get this nice effect of having a character collide with plants or anything like that to make your scenes look a little bit more realistic. So let's get straight into it here. I've got my plant, I've got my character is walking and he's going to interact with the plant just there. So I want to give this a cloth simulation. Okay, it's that easy basically, but first we need to make a pin group to make sure that not everything moves and it doesn't just collapse like a cloth. So I'm going to tab into edit mode here, go to my object data properties, and I'm going to add a new group and call it pinned. Okay, just select all of it for now and assign at 100%. Or actually, let's assign all of it at 0.5. That'll make it a little bit easier. Assign. So now if I tab back into, if I go into weight paint mode, you can see everything is green, which means it has 50% weight. If I paint it with a bit of 100% weight, it goes red. So go back into edit mode. I want to make sure that most of my stems stay where they are and just the top kind of bends or moves. So that's pretty easily done. I'm just going to select all of these bottom edges of my plants, something like that. I think that's all of them. Oh, there's that one. And then if I just press Control plus 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 a few times until I get to maybe kind of 2/3 or a quarter of the way up, and like on this very long one, I'm going to go in and manually select some of those, this one as well, and maybe this one. This depends entirely on where your plant is and which part of the plant is going to be making contact with your character or whatever object. So about there should be fine. And so now for these parts which I've selected, I'm just going to give them a weight of 100%. So just assign that. So now if I go back into weight paint, you can see the red parts are not going to move at all, and the green parts are going to move slightly. So back in object mode, first I'm going to give my character a collision physics property, and then my plant, I'm going to give that let's go back to the beginning first, give that a cloth physics property. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a cloth preset because I'm lazy and this works really well. Rubber. That's it. Just give it rubber. And that gives us all the settings we need to make this work nicely. I'm going to come right down here in my cloth settings to field weights, set gravity to 0 because I don't want my plant to fall down. I'm happy with the position it's in. And then also I just want to go to shape and choose my pinned vertex group. So he has a collision. The plant cloth settings are set. So now I'm just going to bake that because I don't want you guys to sit there and watch him walk very slowly. So I'm going to set my bake just to be like 80 frames for now and bake that out. Okay, so I've got that. So now we should have a nice interaction with our character and the plant. There you go. I think that looks pretty good just for basic settings, without messing around with any of the damping or anything myself. Just gone in there and set it to rubber, and that looks fine. I think can leave it like that. It all depends on which part of the plant your object is going to be colliding with. So that's when you get in and you mess with the vertex weight paint. But so now just to show you how to do this on multiple plants, if you want to know, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to delete my bake. Go back to the beginning. Sorry. Delete my bake. And I'm just going to duplicate this plant with Shift and D. I'm going to move it over there. Just check that he's going to be making contact with it, and I'm going to check the weight paint on that. Looks about right. Okay, and then I can just bake all dynamics. Only do this if you have nothing else that you don't want to bake. I just want to bake. I've got 7 plants. I want to bake all of them at once. I'm just going to click Bake All Dynamics. Okay, so let's see if this works now. I think that looks all right. I didn't tweak many of the settings. You could go in there and tweak those yourself. But just as a quick sort of introduction to this method, I think that works quite well. If you are going to try this, there are a couple of things I would say. Is you make sure that your weighting is appropriate to where you are going to be colliding. Yeah, so you make sure that your character, if they're going to be colliding with these stems here, you don't want those to be red. And also, if you're going to be using different types of plants, like maybe grass or something like that, you might want to consider a different preset, maybe cotton or silk, because you want it to be maybe more bendy. But yeah, if you found that useful, please drop a like. If not, please let me know why. Thank you very much.